All right, this is how you enter a trade in the stock market game. So, first off, once you're logged in, it should look like this. You go to where it says trade, enter a trade, stock trade. Later on, I may have you do a mutual fund trade or a bond trade, but for now, all stock trades, stock trade. And then you see where it says buy or sell. We're going to buy. And then you pick the ticker symbol. Now, the ticker symbol depends on the product or the company. Like Ford would not be FORD, it's just plain F. So if I put an F there, and then market or limit. Market means you're going to buy it for what it costs, whatever its going rate is at the exact moment that it's coming out. Limit means you're buying it for a certain price that you set. And then if you choose limit down here for limit price, you have to actually put the price that you want it to sell for. So, and then the number of shares. So if I was to buy Ford stock, I'm going to minimize this and go here. And if you go to Yahoo Finance, which you should have been able to be on from the grandma's birthday present. And if I'm looking up Ford, so I'm going to just do it Ford for an example. Go to Ford Motor Company. Make sure I go to Ford. And there it is. All right, now I'm going to see that Ford is selling for $6.97 a share right now. So if I go back to here, and I'm going to take my calculator, and I'm going to make sure, because one of my stipulations is you can't spend more than $10,000 on one stock. So if you put 10,000 and divide it by the going price of the stock, and Ford is going for $6.97 right this second. And then I hit enter, and that tells me I can buy 1,434 of them. If I buy more than that, see if I 1,434 and I multiply that by 697, you can see that it's going to get really close to 10,000, but not quite, 9,994. Okay, so down here for the number of shares, I would put 1,434. And then I would go to preview trade. And when you go to preview the trade, it tells you what you're actually spending. See, like right here, it says the last close price was $7.03. So I'm going to go over a little bit. So I might go back and instead do maybe, so I go back to the trade and try it again because I was over $10,000. So I'm going to hit buy, put Ford there again. And this time we'll do 1,420 shares. So we get just a little closer. And now it says it's 9,982. It's just a little bit under 10,000, which is good. And then all you got to do to actually buy it is to put your password there and then hit confirm trade. When you're on this screen, you have not bought it yet. You have to put your password in and confirm the trade. Once you confirm the trade, it will automatically show up. Oops, I think I just closed it. Hold on just a second. All right, so let's try this again. So once you actually make a trade, you can go here and look at pending orders. Pending orders means it hasn't taken effect yet. So if you buy it like after the stock market's closed, or if you bought a limit and then it hasn't bought it, but it's ready and waiting for it to go, then it's pending. Transaction notes, that's going to actually tell you all of the stuff that you bought. So you can kind of help you keep track of how many things you bought so that way you don't overbuy. And then for portfolio, after it's had time to sit for a day, you can go over here to your account holdings and it will tell you how much money you made, what you spent on each one. See, like right now, we've got nothing but cash because we have not bought anything yet. And this is a good place to kind of check your stuff, is to check your portfolio. It'll tell you which ones you're making the most money on. You might check this out after you've had the stocks bought for a day or two. Okay. And that is pretty much all you do to buy and sell stocks. You can, like I said, on here, just like trade, if I ask you to sell someday, you would just hit the sell button instead of buy. And then how many shares? You've got to know how many shares you own, because you may own 1,000 Ford shares, but you may only own 100 Walmart shares. Okay, so you need to know how many shares whenever it comes time to sell. Right now, we're not selling, we're just buying. So make sure you cover the 4 things that I want. One is to just get signed up. The second is to buy 10 different stocks. The third thing is don't spend more than $10,000 on one stock. And then the fourth thing is spend $90,000 to $100,000 of your money. You're given $100,000. If you do what I showed you, where you take the 10,000 and divide it by the price, that will get you close to 10,000. And if you get close to 10,000 10 times, you're going to be close to 100,000. So you will cover that, all of those, check all those boxes to make sure that you get 100 on it. All right. If you have any questions, just email me.